So now what Van and I are going to do is we're going to study Mark chapter 8, verses 34 through 38. And the first teaching that we come to is this, is that we center our lives on Jesus Christ. We center our lives on Jesus Christ. And we find that in Mark 8, verse 34.
Calling the crowd along with his disciples, he said to them, "If anyone wants to follow after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me."
So Van, let's talk about each of those three components regarding what it means to follow Jesus. The first one that I'd like you to explain is, what does it mean for a man or a woman to deny himself or to deny herself?
To deny oneself means to deny your sinful desires, to deny any self-centered desires in your life.
And then following up on that, Jesus said, take up your cross. What does it mean, particularly in a first century context, and then for all of us today, but what does it mean in a first century context to take up your cross?
Well, in the first century context, the cross was literally an instrument of pain and death and torture. I mean, when you saw that cross, you knew that this is where you were going to die, without a question. And what that means today, simply put, Christians need to be willing to walk the path that Jesus walked, which could lead to dying a martyr's death.
Absolutely. It's a death to self and a willingness to die if necessary. God have mercy. And then finally, what does it mean to follow Jesus?
To follow Jesus means to obey his commandments and to pursue his will as opposed to my own will.
Absolutely. So I believe that those are three components of what it means to be a disciple. And what do they all have in common? Christ-centeredness, focusing on Jesus as a person and obeying his will.